me, teach me how to find my way. Watch over me, Lord. Watch over me, Lord. Watch over me, man.
28 minutes on to 7 o'clock.
Watch over me, Lord.
Watch out. Watch over me. I beg, oh, hey. Good morning, Grenada, Carriacou, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. It is Friday, the 14th day of November. Yeah, it's Friday, yeah? A lot of folks live for the weekends, man. Nonetheless, it's still a good day to have a good day in a good way. Yeah, good morning to the world. Good morning to all my online viewers and listeners. So happy to have you on board this morning. And, I do this because of you, man. Yeah, I wake up religiously every morning, thank God, and look forward to rushing to the station so that I can be with you. Mary E. Banks, good morning. Good morning, Eulin. Reverend Samuel Caesar, good morning to you. Monica May Rose Williams, good morning to you and Daddy Godwin and Miss Joan. Good morning to Kathy and Kenneth, Suri and Solange. All of you out there in Sunshine State, Florida. Eulin Alexander says, good morning, Gordon. Good morning, everyone. Have a blessed, happy Friday and a great, safe weekend. Yeah, good morning to Gerard, Jerry, Joseph out there in Canada. You and the family, good morning. Jillian McIntyre, good morning. Lauren Salim, good morning. I hope you're doing fine, you and Joan and all the wonderful folks out there in Hermitage. And good morning, Uncle T. Lee. How are you doing? Hoping all is well. Reverend Samuel Caesar and the folks at East Flatbush, New York, Crossroads Radio. Good morning. Let's do this right, I'm right. It's Friday. Dear Lord, thank you for bringing us safely to another blessed Friday and weekend. We are so blessed to be alive today. Where would be if not for your grace? We thank you in advance for keeping us and our loved ones safe from harm, seen and unseen. For our daily bread and for a roof over our heads, we give you praise. May you continue to meet the needs of your children and keep us covered under the precious blood of Jesus. In Jesus' name, amen. Tone, good morning. Every time I reach there, Tone comes to mind. Good morning, my bro. Hope you're doing fine. Good morning. Blessed Friday. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. That's from Numbers 6, 24 to 26. Yeah, he's bigger than our problems. Did you know that? Jennifer Colimo, good morning. Good morning, Petlin and the folks in Munich. Good morning to Rastiba. Mommy Lyris, her birthday is coming up. Yeah, Mommy Lyris, happy birthday in advance. Moyaki and family, all the wonderful folks inside of Mama Can. Yeah, it is indeed a good day to have a good day. Good morning to Miss Annie Hilaire and family, the entire Hilaire family, Miss Frank and everybody. I know we're still in the morning process, but weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. Joe, good morning, bro. Stay up. Yeah, Micah and Alista, well, not Alista, Alista is gone. Micah, Curti, Daniel, Ashlyn, Don, the entire family, Alista's daughter. Good morning, Roger, and all the guys on Coffee Bow Hill, that's been showing your moral support to the family. Man, we thank you so much for that. Destined to win overcomer. Good morning. Yeah, it's a good day to have a good day no matter what. Yolan Swan says, morning, Mr. Innocent. Good morning. Greetings to you and the family of GBN. I lead the blood of Jesus over every one of us on this program. Happy Friday. Yeah, thanks. Thank you, my dear. Yep. It's a good day to have a good day. Yeah, I want somebody's soul to catch a fire. 23 minutes on to 7 o'clock. And the word of the day, that word today is obsolete. obsolete, obsolete, and it means out of date or no longer used. Don't be obsolete to anyone. Remain relevant, all right? Obsolete, obsolete, out of date or no longer used. And here's how we can use that word in a sentence. The typewriter is now considered obsolete. Yeah, everybody's using a laptop or a tablet, or all right, it's out of date. You know, who uses a typewriter? I remember in the days Hamlet bad with 2 fingers on a typewriter, boy. His 2 index fingers. Hamlet Mac, good morning to you. Good morning, Peter David. The movement is on this Sunday. Don't forget that. Well, you'll hear more of it today when they've got their engagement and to the point. Yep. We look forward to that. 22 minutes on to 7. To all the politicians, present and past, and future ones as well, the young parliamentarians, good morning. I really want us to, in all our personal endeavors as politicians, right? Please, let's make the priority be Grenada. Let's Grenada be a project. You understand what I'm saying? Everything you do, say, and think should be about how we can better the lives of our people here in Grenada. We're reaching out to the folks in Jamaica, Cuba, the Dominican Republic, Haiti, and all of them, man. No, they're still trying to grapple with the effects of Hurricane Melissa. Having said Melissa, good morning to Melissa and your grandmom and your son out there in Guave and St. John. It's 21 minutes on to 7 o'clock. The motivational tip of the day is up next. Break the routine. If you feel stuck, change up your routine. A new activity or environment can reinvigorate your motivation. Yeah, break the routine. Stop being repetitive, right? It gets monotonous after a while. You know, do something different. You feel, you know, it is often said that it's only an insane person that does the same thing over the same way and expect a different result. Do it differently. Find a different way to do it, okay? Yeah, that will re-motivate you. Yeah. Nadisha, good morning to you. Red Hot, good morning to you. And all the busmen coming over the hills this morning, please drive carefully. As a matter of fact, good morning to all the bus drivers, all the drivers of the nation. Please, let's set a record. Let's have a 0 accident for the weekend. Think we can do that? Try it. Let's try it. I don't know what is it, but I mean, I have been driving for so long, and in my lifetime, I think I might have had 3 or so accidents. I haven't had an accident in many years. You know, why is that so? Because I'm always thinking about the road, what could be coming, and where could I go if something is coming off, you know? You've got to think for those who are not thinking for themselves and thinking about others, you understand? Let's be vigilant today. Good morning to the traffic department of the RGPF and all the police officers of the nation. Commissioner Randy Connaught, good morning to you and your entire executive team. The season is upon us. I know that there will be adjustments to traffic and so forth. Good morning, Inspector Leon McQueen and the family. ZZ. Yeah, and Denzo father Tariq. Miss Merrill, good morning, Toya. Gail and Alva and Fen and Babash and all the folks up on the Moai. Good morning. Corinth and a whole, good morning to you. Mr. Fonda and the Brave Boys. let's see what's buzzing this morning. What's buzzing this morning? All right. Grenada observes World Diabetes Day. A new solar training program begins in Nulu. That's good. And I know sooner than later they will start doing the mechanics for the EV. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got to train people to deal with the EVs because that's the direction the world is going now. So you got to be prepared for that. So yeah, a new solar program being launched in Nulu. Jamaica reports about 150,000 buildings damaged by Hurricane Melissa. Internationally, the BBC apologizes to U.S. President Donald Trump, but they say, we're apologizing, but we ain't paying you that $1 billion. Could you imagine that? Who says more ridiculous things in their mouth? Donald. But you can't say anything about it. That's craziness, man. Nonetheless, in sports, primary school football quarterfinals winners, they've advanced to the next round.
Are you ready, Jim?
And West Indies have named their 15-man squad for the one-day internationals against New Zealand. John Campbell is coming back. I know he was under some training in Antigua. Hope it makes a difference to Team West Indies. Man, I love West Indies cricket, man. And there are a number of calls being made now to remove Darren Sammy as head coach. They're making the comparison. They're saying that England has an overseas or a foreign coach. Why can't West Indies do that? I think Phil Simmons did a great job, you know. Maybe Phil Simmons could work hand in hand with Darren Sammy.
One more time.
You know, incorporate Brian and Viv and those guys and, you know, all the stalwarts, you know. Maybe you have Brian Lara and Vivian Richards and even Desmond Haynes walk along with the batters. And you have the likes of Andy Roberts and it's Courtney Walsh and Cutley Ambrose work with the bowlers. And, you know, maybe you could bring in John T. Rhodes to teach the guys how to field, you know. And I still believe that you have a lot of work to do with Shuffin Rutherford. Good morning, Teacher Mary, the Critical Eye. Hope you're doing well this morning. Folks, the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather, it's right ahead.
Hallelujah.
And Pity Martinic. This is exciting news for all car lovers and car owners. Get ready for Grenada Auto Fest 2026, a car show with a difference from antique and classic to modern innovations. Saturday, March 14th at the Roy St. John playing field in Tantine. Car owners, this is your chance to show off. Get that machine ready. Get that ride in mint condition. It's full throttle face-off between old school rides, the hot rod, and the supercharged modern customized rides. This is a family affair. Bring the kids, bring the crew, bring the whole yard. It's the Grenada Auto Fest 2026 on Saturday, March 14th. Get ready.
Get ready, Grenada. The Grenadian General Insurance Half Marathon and 10K Road Race is on. Sunday, November 16th. The Half Marathon kicks off at Corinth Junction, St. David's, and the 10K from Wyman's House, Woodlands, with both culminating at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Monetary prizes await the top 10 finishers in the Half Marathon and the top 5 in the 10K, the oldest finisher, and even the school, club, or organization with the most participants. Transportation will be provided. The 10K race is open to all under 15 years. Join us as Grenadian General Insurance celebrates 35 years, protecting what matters and powering our champions.
Grenada Get Ready. GBN, the Ministry of Education, and the Division of Culture proudly presents Christmas Harmony 1.0, the inaugural primary school carol singing competition. Join us on Friday, December the 5th at 1 p.m. at the Grenada Trade Center. Magical voices, festive spirit, and exciting competition await. Tickets, adults $10, children $5. Christmas Harmony 1.0. No better place to be. Be there.
This is the GBN Morning News for today, Friday, the 14th day of November 2025. Coming up in the news, Grenada observes World Diabetes Day. A new solar trading program begins at New Low. In the region, Jamaica reports about 150,000 buildings damaged by Hurricane Melissa. Internationally, BBC apologizes to U.S. President Trump. And in sports, primary school football quarterfinal winners advance. We've got the details to these and more right after these messages.
Are you looking for a reliable, affordable, and customer-friendly pharmacy? Look no further than Hills and Valley Pharmacy, the nation's leading healthcare products and services provider. We are committed to serving you at convenient locations. Find an extensive and affordable selection of prescription and over-the-counter drugs and medical supplies at Church Street, Hillsborough, Carriacou, Jubilee Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, near the bus terminal, and Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George. Our committed team is always available to offer valuable assistance for managing your health and wellness. Discover the additional benefits of our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street and our Medcare Center on Grenville Street, where we provide in-house physiotherapy, massage therapy, doctor consultations, and eye care services. Our commitment is to satisfy all your healthcare needs, including competitive prices, loyalty rewards, and special discounts for seniors. Contact us at 435-6904 and WhatsApp 535-4734. Choose Hills and Valley Pharmacy. Remember, your health is our business.
Grenada, the stage is set. Brilliant minds, fresh perspectives. It's more than competition. It's confidence, creativity, and critical thinking in action. The Grenlec Debates, powering bright ideas. The Grenlec Debates will be broadcast on GBN TV, Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. and on Sunday at 4 p.m. Matches will also be available for viewing on Grenlec's YouTube channel. Tune in.
Good morning, everyone, as we welcome our listeners from Hot 98 FM for this morning. It's Friday, the 14th day of November 2025. With the reports, I am Gordon Joseph. Grenada joins in observing World Diabetes Day today. The condition affects a growing number of adults on the island. In 2024, about 11.3% of Grenadians aged 20 to 79 are living with diabetes. The prevalence is higher among women at 16.1% compared to 10.6% of men. World Diabetes Day is a reminder of the importance of awareness, early detection, and access to care. Communities are encouraged to wear blue, share information, and support efforts to improve health outcomes in Grenada. Grenada has launched the Advancing Caribbean Teachers in Mathematics project led by the Commonwealth of Learning and the Ministry of Education. The initiative supports primary and lower secondary teachers through workshops, virtual training, and ongoing mentorship. Advisor for the Virtual University for Small States of the Commonwealth, Dr. Chantal Moore, says the program is expanding across the region to tackle low math performance and reshape how numeracy is taught. We have more in this.
We're working in the Acting Math project to enable the Caribbean 12 small states, of which Grenada is one of them. So Acting Math, as the acronym suggests, it's about action. In explaining it, it's advancing Caribbean teachers. So it's not a one-off, it's not a one-island initiative, it's a Commonwealth of the Caribbean initiative.
A 2-day workshop with 30 teachers has begun and will continue online for 6 months. Senior mathematics lecturer at the University of the West Indies and workshop facilitator Dr. Louise George says the goal is deeper understanding, stronger problem solving, and better outcomes at the CPEA and CSEC levels over the next few years.
The program is delivered in 2 main phases. An initial face-to-face workshop, that's why we are here, and we follow this with online engagement. You notice I said and, because that suggests it's not just a one-off thing. It's over about 6-month period where we'll be engaging the teachers and other educational stakeholders in a workshop. So the first workshop will focus on conceptual understanding using the CPA approach, concrete, pictorial, abstract, and through problem solving as well, because the real world application of mathematics is important. We are also trying to focus on helping teachers to develop mastery in mathematics, not surface learning, not rote learning and understanding, but deep understanding of the concepts.
Still in education, the Grenada's renewable energy sector is getting a boost with the launch of a new international solar training program at NULO. The course is funded by the People's Republic of China and aims to build local skills in solar technology. Minister for Climate Resilience and Renewable Energy Kieran James says the training is an investment in Grenada's future.
You are the future leaders of Grenada's renewable energy revolution. The knowledge and skills you acquire here will light homes, it will empower communities, and it will build a more climate resilient Grenada. So each solar panel that you would perhaps maybe are installing in your line of work, each system that you will be maintaining, and each project that you will be completing by your hands will contribute to the nation's goal of achieving energy independence, lowering emissions, and expanding opportunity.
China's ambassador to Grenada, His Excellency Yang Shu, highlighted the significance of the partnership.
China has rich practical experience in the field of solar energy technology, with Gansu province playing a leading role. It is a key area for the development of new energy in China and known as the heart of green electricity. The holding of this training course is a vivid extension of the clean energy cooperation between China and Grenada. This training course integrates international cutting-edge technical standards with local needs, striving to achieve a deep integration of theory and practice.
Director of NULO, Sister Margaret Yamoa, says the program will help close critical skills gaps in the energy sector.
Making such programs available helps us to be able to close that gap. It also helps in improving efficiency in the workplace. Some of the participants who are here, you have been in your industry for a while. Knowledge is not static. Knowledge grows. It changes. And seeking further professional development is the only way you can stay on top of your game.
And that story concludes the local segment of the news. Stay with us. The regional and international developments, along with the sports and the weather, they're straight ahead. Turning to the region, Jamaica continues to assess the impact of Hurricane Melissa, which hit Westmoreland on October 28th with winds of up to 180 miles per hour. Commander Alvin Gale of the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, says about 146,000 buildings suffered major to severe damage, while 191,000 were slightly badly or severely damaged. The hardest hit parishes were St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, St. James, and Hanover. An estimated 360,000 people and 90,000 households were directly affected, and the hurricane claimed 45 lives. Residents of Guadeloupe and Martinique are demanding compensation and accountability from the French government over years of exposure to the toxic pesticide chlordecone. Studies show over 90% of the population carries traces of the chemical in their blood. It has been linked to prostate cancer, reproductive issues, and developmental problems in children. Despite being banned elsewhere decades ago, chlordecone was used on banana plantations until the mid-1990s. Much of the islands remains contaminated with the chemical still seeping into soil, water, crops, and livestock, a problem that is expected to persist for up to 600 years. Residents and advocacy groups continue to push for justice, compensation, and stronger government action to address the ongoing health crisis. Now, looking further afield, the BBC has apologized to U.S. President Donald Trump for a panorama episode which spliced as parts of a speech together but rejected his demands for compensation. The corporation also said it would not show the program again. We have more from this BBC report.
So the BBC has apologised to President Trump for a panorama episode on the events of January the 6th, which spliced parts of his speech together. The corporation says it will not show the programme again, but has rejected his demands for compensation. OK, let's bring you the BBC's statement. Lawyers for the BBC have written to President Trump's legal team in response to a letter received on Sunday. And the quote is, BBC Chair Samir Shah has separately sent a personal letter to the White House making clear to President Trump that he and the corporation are sorry for the edit of the president's speech of the 6th of January 2021, which featured on the programme. The BBC has no plans to rebroadcast the documentary Trump: A Second Chance on any BBC platforms. And while the BBC sincerely regrets the manner in which the video clip was edited, we strongly disagree there is a basis for a defamation claim.
And finally, the U.S. Justice Department is filing a lawsuit against California over new congressional maps that voters approved in an election last week. The new maps favor Democrats and aim to cancel out gains made by Republicans through recently redrawn voting districts. Attorney General Pam Bondi accused California Governor Gavin Newsom of a brazen power grab using racially gerrymandered maps. California voters overwhelmingly approved the redistricting bill known as Proposition 50, giving Democrats an advantage in 5 new congressional districts. Now that's the regional and international news. Stay with us. The sporting highlights are straight ahead. Good morning, sporting fans. Football. In the quarterfinals of the National Primary School Football Tournament, South St. George Government Primary School defeated St. David's RC 3-1 to advance to the semi-finals. Meanwhile, Our Lady of the Rosary Catholic edged St. Peter's Catholic 5-2 in another quarterfinal clash, securing their spot in the semi-finals. The winning teams move closer to a place in the final of the National Primary School Football Championship. Cricket West Indies has named its 15-member squad for the 3-match ODI series against New Zealand starting on Sunday, November 16th. The series will run until November 22nd with matches in Christchurch, Napier and Hamilton. Left-handed batsman John Campbell returns to the 50-over squad following his recent test success in India, replacing Brandon King. Matthew Ford, along with Johan Lane and Shamar Springer, will strengthen the pace attack, which is missing several key players due to injury. The men in maroon face a top-ranked New Zealand side aiming to gain ranking points and boost their chances for automatic qualification to the 2027 ICC Men's 50-over World Cup. That's all the sports we've got at this time. We'll have more sports during a luncheon newscast and at a primetime newscast later in the evening. Stay with us. The weather forecast is straight ahead.
Grenada, get ready. GBN, the Ministry of Education, and the Division of Culture proudly presents Christmas Harmony 1.0, the inaugural primary school carol singing competition. Join us on Friday, December the 5th at 1 p.m. at the Grenada Trade Center. Magical voices, festive spirit, and exciting competition await. Tickets, adults $10, children $5. Christmas Harmony 1.0. No better place to be. Be there.
For the latest weather forecast, we join forecaster Cassia Johnson at the forecast desk at the MBIA. Good morning, Cassia.
Good morning to you and good morning to the listeners. Here is the weather for today, Friday, 14th November 2025. Currently at the airport, conditions are fair. Winds are from the east at 8 miles per hour. Pressure 1013.5 millibars, which is above normal and rising. Present temperature 25.9 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 87%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 31.0 degrees Celsius. Minimum temperature last night 24.3 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, there was 4.0 millimeters of rainfall at the airport, which brings the total for the month to 36.8 millimeters. Looking at the public forecast, valid for today and tonight, the weather is expected to be mostly fair, increasing in cloudiness overnight with a few brief isolated showers. Today's maximum temperature 31.5 degrees Celsius. Winds easterly to southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas moderate, waves 4 to 6 feet in northeast easterly swells. Tides are currently rising and will be high at 11:15 a.m., low at 5:15 p.m. Sunset today, 5:38, sunrise tomorrow, 6:04. Again, the weather is expected to be mostly fair, increasing in cloudiness overnight with a few brief isolated showers. From the Met Office, I am Cassia Johnson.
And Cassia, just before you run off, have you run off?
No, I'm here.
You're still in. What does the forecast look like for the weekend?
For the weekend, let me just...
Okay, I know I put you on the spot there, right?
Yes, I have to check the report from yesterday. The weekend is looking like a partly cloudy weekend, Saturday and Sunday, with some showers.
All right, thank you, Cassie. Have yourself a great weekend. Get as much rest as possible because it's getting busy.
Thank you. Same to you.
Folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick & Thompson Company Limited.
Distributed by Echo Blue Limited. Visit us on the Lansopine Main Road or call 405-4818.
6 minutes after 7 o'clock, and to end the news, a recap of the headlines. Grenada observes World Diabetes Day. A new solar training program begins at Newlow. In the region, Jamaica reports about 150,000 buildings damaged by Hurricane Melissa. Internationally, the BBC apologizes to U.S. President Trump but will not pay. And in sports, primary school football quarterfinal winners advance. That has been the morning edition of news for today, Friday, the 14th day of November. On behalf of the entire news department, and I am Gordon Joseph, thanking you for viewing and listening. I'd like to say a very special thank you to Graphics and his hot posse for joining us every morning for the news, and it's a good thing. All right, have yourselves a great weekend. I invite you to stick and stay with the network because we are with you anywhere and everywhere. We look forward to the traffic reports coming up shortly.
The cranberry is good. I feel like the cranberry.
Okay, let's do this one here.
All right, cool. And that is all we need?
I think so.
Okay. Lee, I forget my money home.
No worries, I got you.
You sure?
You want to pay for it?
All right, thanks. I'll pay you the money right now. So I sent you the money, yeah?
Okay, let me check.
Kurt knows he always has access to his money with Co-op Bank's e-banking app. Click, tap, done. Banking just got easier.
Welcome home.
Songs of Hope and Glory, a diocesan choir festival. Join us as we celebrate this Jubilee year with beautiful songs and uplifting performances on November 30th, 4 p.m. at the Grenada Trade Center. Tickets cost adults $20, children $10. Tickets are available at your local churches and on gotofect.com. Let's come together to celebrate with our choirs and rejoice in the spirit of hope and glory. November 30th, 4 p.m. at the Grenada Trade Center. See you there.
There are lots of reasons to own your future now. Lots of dreams and lots of plans. Lots of ways to own your land. With ACB by your side. Lots of ways to own with pride. Lots of chances to make it yours. Lots of ways to open doors. Lots of space to build much more. Lots of reasons to own your future now. There are lots of reasons to own your future now.
Start building your tomorrow today with a LOTS loan from ACB Grenada Bank.
There are lots of reasons to own your future now.
LOTS, land ownership, tomorrow secured.
Terms and conditions apply.
Served Grenada for decades, we are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada, St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates, and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. I am a Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
Grenada Get Ready, GBN, the Ministry of Education, and the Division of Culture proudly presents Christmas Harmony 1.0, the inaugural primary school carol singing competition. Join us on Friday, December the 5th at 1 p.m. at the Grenada Trade Center. Magical voices, festive spirit, and exciting competition await. Tickets, adults $10, children $5. Christmas Harmony 1.0, no better place to be. Be there.
All right, folks, it's now 15 minutes after 7 o'clock, and this time I now join Corporal Troy Paul from the Traffic Department of the RGPF for this morning's traffic report. Good morning, Corporal Paul.
Good morning to you and good morning to all your listeners. It's always a pleasure to bring the traffic report for persons who are viewing and listening, especially our drivers and our motorists this morning. And we'll start with the accident rate. The accident rate for the past 24 hours, we had a total of 7 minor accidents. 7 minor accidents compared to yesterday, we had a total of 5. So we've seen here that we had 2 increase since the following day. But as we dive into this morning's traffic, I just want to let persons know as to what is happening, and we have a live update this morning. So in the area of the Reno Cinema area here, and we just came from the Grenada direction. Most of the traffic is flowing moderately at this time. As we have a look at the Lotus Lane, and we see here that the traffic is light to moderate, but it is flowing. No unusual occurrences, no accidents, no obstruction at the moment. As we take a closer look at the top of the Lucas Street roundabout and have a look at the traffic coming from the St. Paul's direction. But as by reporting, most of the traffic in the town of Grenada and all these adjoining roads are flowing freely and smoothly with no unusual occurrences or obstruction at this time. As we have a closer look at the St. Paul's Road, we're seeing here that the traffic is flowing. As it gets closer to the roundabout, it's a very bumper to bumper as expected. But as we take a closer look from the St. Paul's direction, we will see what is happening higher up from that direction. We're seeing that most of the areas, Marasil, vehicles flowing from the Lotus Lane and vehicles flowing from the Lucas Street direction is flowing smoothly. The traffic coming from the St. Paul's direction is flowing. It is not that heavy at the moment that we experience on most mornings, but definitely seeing here that it has the capacity to get heavier as we get closer to the 8 o'clock hour. As we take a closer look at some of the areas, we have appreciation for traffic, especially in the town of St. George's, as we focus most of our attention this morning. So persons, if you're coming from either of the areas, you see my fields flowing lovely this morning. Also, if you're coming up the Lotus Lane, you can do so freely. So we're seeing here that traffic going down and even going up to the Lucas Street. We're seeing the traffic is moderate. Even from San Souci Road, it is moderate as well. Light traffic. Even as we head down, we're seeing a bit of traffic coming from the Old Fort direction, but it is still light to moderate traffic. Traffic has started getting a little bit heavier on the lower part of the Lucas Street direction, but it is not anything to warrant. It is moving and moving freely. So as we go on closer down, we have a closer look at the traffic. We'll have traffic coming from the Cemetery Hill direction and the western side. So we're seeing here that the western side still have a light to moderate traffic, and which is flowing in most of the areas at the moment. No obstruction, no accident in those areas. So persons, if you are hearing the sound of my voice and you're coming out from the western side, the traffic is flowing freely at that side. Queen's Park is looking lovely this morning. It's a good weather this morning. So the traffic flowing from the west is very light at the moment. So persons coming from that direction, you have no obstruction on that particular road at this moment, so you can drive safely. So we head on over to the traffic coming from the Grenada direction, Beaulieu direction. They're coming through the town as well. So this traffic is flowing moderately as well. So most of the areas by reporting is moderate traffic. No obstruction, no accidents in either of the areas. So persons flowing through any one of the areas can do so with some easement this morning, which less to worry about as it relates to the traffic congestion in that area. However, with the heavier, busier roads at the moment would be Calvin Public Road and the St. Paul's Public Road at this time. So persons coming from either of the road to please take note and be advised of the traffic coming from that area, which tends to build faster than most of the traffic. So we know that the Nawasa SIP project continues, and at night from 9 p.m. the traffic will be disrupted. So if you're coming from the Grenada direction, especially at 9 p.m., you would not be able to access the Kirani James Boulevard. You'll have to take that right onto the Belmont Public Road and you continue along your journey. So drive motorists, please be advised as well. And also for traffic at the Montu area, the general public notifies that the traffic department of the Royal Grenada Police Force notifies the general public, particularly motorists, of the temporary one-way traffic arrangement along the Montreat Public Road from Monday 10th, and that started and is in effect between the hours of 7 and 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. daily. The temporary arrangement is to reduce the congestion presently experienced along the said road. As a result, the following traffic arrangement will be implemented. No entry will be allowed along the Montu Public Road and in northerly direction. It is intersection of Sugar Mill roundabout, which is Saigon Hill, between 7 to 9 a.m. No vehicles be allowed along the Montu Public Road and the southerly direction from the intersection with the Center Road close to the Montessori School between the hours of 3 to 6 p.m. daily. No, because they'll be allowed to travel along the Montreat Public Road, its intersection with the Mount Hartman Public Road between the hours of 3 to 6 p.m. daily. Access to the Montreat will be as follows: from the Food Fair traffic light between the hours of 7 to 9 and Sugar Mill Saigon between the hours of 3 to 6 p.m. All other traffic arrangements remain the same. So the Royal Grenada Police Force apologize for any inconvenience, and any persons having any problems can reach out to the CRD, and we can provide you with all the relevant information. We also have a cruise ship in port this morning, and so driver and motorists coming from the areas and most driving in most of the tourist hotspots expect that those areas to be a bit busy this morning. But despite all this, the traffic this morning is moderately flow in most of the areas. So persons, if you have not left home as of yet this morning, please do so to avoid the expectation of that 8 o'clock rush hour and get to work safely on time. So drivers, we come to implore you to continue to drive safely along the nation's road. And remember, safety begins with us, and we have an obligation to ensure our safety to get to our destination and on time. And we normally would ask that question every morning, and we're definitely going to ask it now. If you are texting,
then who is driving? Corporal Paul, I must bring to your notice, right? There's a young lady who says, I entered a business place yesterday, and she was like, if you're texting, who's driving? I said, where did you get? She said, I look at your program every morning. Good morning, Naiba out there in Calavini. Hope you're having a great morning. So if you're texting,
who's driving? And a special morning to her this morning.
Yeah, who's driving? Naiba and the entire family. Good morning. All right, Corporal Paul, thank you very much for that report. It's very comprehensive this morning, as always. And we look forward to a restful weekend, I hope. And we can be more reinvigorated next week as we do what we do best.
Most definitely. Have yourself a blessed weekend to the entire team and also to the drone unit.
Thank you very much. Have a great weekend. Folks, that has been the traffic report. We take a quick as a matter of fact, we will be talking traffic, and in the conversation this morning, I do not have any in-studio guests, so we will be looking at ways in which, we'll throw out some ideas, some questions, and some concerns so that the RGPF can take a cue from that as it relates to traffic matters and vehicles on a whole on the island. So we take a quick commercial break. We'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
It's the happiest time of the year. With the kids jingle belling and everyone telling you Nexa is here. It's the happier holiday time of the year.
Dreams come alive with Nexa Credit Union's Happier Holiday Loan. Get up to $50,000 for gifts, home makeovers, travel, and more. With easy payments, affordable rates, and quick approvals. This year is happier with mystery wrap giveaways online. Santa's happier holiday surprises in branches. And one lucky person will win the grand prize. A day pass for 3 at Sandals. And Nexa will donate up to $5,000 to a school of your choice. Visit our social media to vote as we make more than wishes come true.
It's the happier holiday time of the year.
Nexa Credit Union. With you, wherever your road leads. Terms and conditions apply.
Grenada. Exciting news. Oasis Pet and Garden has expanded. In addition to our existing location, we're now open at our new location, Melville Street, St. George's. Now serving you at 2 locations for even more convenience.
At Oasis Pet and Garden, we bring you the best products at the best prices nationwide. Check out our garden department for the best quality Pro Mix potting soil, vegetable seeds, and seedling trays, cocoa peat, liquid fertilizer, granular fertilizers, and more. Our livestock and livestock products are the highest quality and the best prices in Grenada.
Ready, Grenada. The Grenadian General Insurance Half Marathon and 10K Road Race is on. Sunday, November 16th. The Half Marathon kicks off at Corinth Junction, St. David's, and the 10K from Wyman's House, Woodlands, with both culminating at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Monetary prizes await the top 10 finishers in the Half Marathon and the top 5 in the 10K, the oldest finisher, and even the school, club, or organization with the most participants. Transportation will be provided. The 10K race is open to all under 15 years. Join us as Grenadian General Insurance celebrates 35 years, protecting what matters and powering our champions.
Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. This is exciting news for all car lovers and car owners. Get ready for Grenada Auto Fest 2026, a car show with a difference from antique and classic to modern innovations. Saturday, March 14th at the Roy St. John playing field in Tantine. Car owners, this is your chance to show off. Get that machine ready. Get that ride in mint condition. It's full throttle face-off between old school rides, the hot rod, and the supercharged modern customized rides. This is a family affair. Bring the kids, bring the crew, bring the whole yard. It's the Grenada Auto Fest 2026 on Saturday, March 14th. Get
Grenada Get Ready. GBN, the Ministry of Education, and the Division of Culture proudly presents Christmas Harmony 1.0, the inaugural primary school carol singing competition. Join us on Friday, December the 5th at 1 p.m. at the Grenada Trade Center. Magical voices, festive spirit, and exciting competition await. Tickets, adults $10, children $5. Christmas Harmony 1.0. No better place to be. Be there.
right, welcome back to the conversation this morning. Welcome to the conversation. We didn't start it as yet. We haven't started it. So we're starting the conversation now. And this morning, what I've done is that I've sort of, done a little survey, if you want to ask that. Because as you'd realize, I'm very, very concerned with the traffic. All right. And as we're heading into the festive season, the Yuletide season, as it is said, we are going to see an increase, a huge increase in traffic congestion and traffic violations and so forth. Now, one of the concerns that was raised is the fact, as it relates to that one-way implementation in the Montu area. Is Montu? Yeah. All right. Some folks are of the opinion that it doesn't solve the problem. Okay, because there are still vehicles who are parked on the road continuously, like they're living there. All right, and that is one of the key causes for the congestion. Okay, so I want your opinion and your interjections on this. All right, another concern with the number of vehicles on the road. Someone influential said what you can do is maybe reduce the importation age. All right, I think at the moment you cannot bring in a vehicle that is older than 10 years or so. The person is of the opinion that maybe you should bring it to 5 years or 3 years. And also, another thing is, which I thought was a bit draconian, but it was a suggestion, so I'm going to throw it out. Maybe we should implement a law or pass a law that says one vehicle per household. I know this one is going to create a lot of... But having heard this, the situation in Montu, they say the problem is the parking of the vehicles, consistent parking of the vehicles on the road. It's what's causing the congestion. Should we reduce the input age of the vehicles, or should we implement that law, one vehicle per household? What are your thoughts? Share it with us. Before we go further, I want to say happy birthday to you, Zamora Plenty. Today is your birthday. Celebrate it with fine style. I know Mildred and the entire household will make it a great day for you. Happy birthday to you. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir. I think the problem we have is it's going to be a very difficult way to solve it. But I think it may come handy later on is that the government or the traffic department need to implement a situation like in the UK. You cannot park outside, or you have to pay and get a ticket to park outside your house. So I think if they do something like that, when people know that they have to pay to park outside their property, it means then that they will, when they're building, the future builders, they will build to have a car park off the road. So at the moment, probably what government could look into is to implement a policy where any vehicle parked outside a property, you pay a ticket to park out there, and with your registration number. But I have a little issue I find it very concerning. And I think the traffic department need to look at it. The traffic officers that travel around, probably they travel around with unmarked vehicles. As a driver, it happened to me many times, and it's very frightening. Some of the buses, they will be behind you, they're blowing you. And then some of them come, they just take you over and then stop right in front of you. But the worst thing about it, when they stop in front of you, the conductor probably just come out and they're indicating they're coming out. So to me, this is ridiculous. How could you overtake, some of them overtake 3-4 vehicles, but how could you overtake a driver? You're a bus, you're supposed to go to a bus. A bus is not supposed to overtake, especially the route they're traveling, that somebody will say, drop me. You overtake vehicle, and then you pull in and stop right in front of the vehicle. And then you indicate you're coming out straight away. I think the traffic department need to look into that, because there's a very serious problem that could create accidents or even people being killed.
Well, let's converse a bit. Something like that. I don't know how the police could remedy this. This has to do solely with road etiquette, and common sense. That's a common sense issue. If you know you're going to stop, as you rightfully say, buses really should be, taking their time and driving along the way. Yes, you might have to overtake, but not so regularly and speeding and then abruptly stopping in front of you. It happened all the time. It happens all the time. It has happened to me. It has happened to almost everybody.
But if a penalty is being imposed, we don't have cameras on the road, not only by the traffic lights, but you travel different places and there is cameras on the side of the road. If you break the law, the camera pick you up straight away. We don't have that problem. We can't afford that. But at the end of the day, if you have traffic officers on the beat, on the lookout, they don't have to be dressed in police clothes. They don't have to be dressed in police cars and be displaying police cars. And they see these persons breaking the law. Eventually, it will get to the head that they know they're going to be charged if they do something. Like after you give them the 1, 2, 3 charge, you disqualify their license for a while.
Okay.
And that might make them change the whole ethics about driving.
Okay. All right. Thank you, caller. Thank you very much for your contribution there, folks. You know the numbers. It's 435-2041. Okay, let's get your input. Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, welcome to the program.
Yes. All right, something I was looking at, right? You see, what the roundabout is on Lagoon Road by the Reno Cinema. Sometimes, the traffic is held up there because some of them have to take a right to go to the botanical site. And those are going over to Port Highway. They get stuck in that traffic. So if a little widening could be made there with a 2-lane, one will go straight to Port Highway, and the other one goes to the roundabout. I think that will ease a lot of traffic in the evening, especially.
On evenings? Yeah. Like after 4, the place is chaotic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And traffic gets held up right at that roundabout because the traffic light holds up those around the roundabout and it keeps those from going into St. George's also hold up.
Now, sometimes when I look at some of the road infrastructure that we have, I am of the opinion that our forefathers, the ones who really started this road business, like they really did not expect Grenada to progress that far.
True.
Because so many different approaches could have been taken to do roads. I mean, why do we have to go through all these corners over the hills? Why couldn't there just be one straight road from? You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't expect us to develop that far.
Yeah, but a lot of adjustments could be still made,
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, caller. Thank you. I'm good. All right. Bye. So you know the numbers, 435-2041. In case you must know the time, it's 21 minutes on to 8 o'clock. And let's go back to the telephone line and say, good morning, caller.
Well, what about the stockings? I'm still waiting for the stockings for Christmas. Anyway, quick, I'll give my opinion shortly, but I always still have to advertise the rally starting.
We would have to start a charge for that.
Right, at 5
We have to invoice Andy Williams, the Honorable Andy Williams, and them.
And watch me and Claudette Joseph also about the rally on Sunday, the 23rd, and also we advertising also at dinner. And people, you must get in contact with the constituency office in Tong and the constituency, all right? Because you see, what I am trying to tell people is that these people are in contact with their constituency. That is what the point I'm trying to make. People don't understand that they're always complaining. They don't hear the politicians. They don't see them. So this is why I'm always advertising things on behalf of Honorable Andy and also now Claudette, because I let people know that they're important. So don't forget the rally on the 23rd. Contact various constituency office. Anyway, this issue about traffic, I don't know how you're going to deal with it, because this controversial idea of one car per household, I don't think people will take to that lightly. And then the importers of the people, the importers of the vehicle companies, they wouldn't like that. That's kind of restricting people. And this is the democracy and this is free market and capitalism. They wouldn't go into that. But in relation to those things on Montoot Road, well, where them people will park the vehicles? I mean, I understand what the people are saying, and this is a hazard traffic to what is happening in relation to what's going on to the work over in the south. But the people have to park their vehicles somewhere else. So that is why they're parking near to them. So I don't know what is the solution for that. You're telling them to move it, but they're going to say, where do I go? I must have my vehicle near to where I live in. So all these issues, and I don't know if you could cut on the importation, say this, that, like how the other previous callers have been talking about in terms of the old vehicle, what year, whatever the things, I don't know. So to solve the whole problem is a difficult situation. But people in the south must be able, they must understand that there's no thing without progress. So probably with that, when that project is finished, then all these problems will be alleviated. So we just have to bear some kind of a patience, and the traffic will be alleviated when the project is finished. So people don't forget the rally on the 23rd at Telescope and SAS, because it is important that these politicians keep in contact with the people and not when election time comes. Okay. Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you. Have a good one, caller. Thank you very much. Now, I just want to share this with you, all right? The Vincent Support Group represents a pop-up yard sale and flea market. Now, that is happening on Saturday, the 15th of November. It starts at 8 a.m. at the Vincent's Community Center. Okay? Right. There'll be a flea market for fine clothing. There'll also be breakfast, drinks and barbecue, chicken lunch, fresh foodstuff by A&A, local farmers market. Now don't miss out. Bring a friend, grab a deal and enjoy the day with us in Vincent's. Here, come. For those of you who don't know Grenada, this is an opportunity to get to know Grenada. Come to Vincent's on Saturday. Good morning, caller.
Hi, Innocent. How are you doing, sir?
I'm alive and so thankful.
Yeah, that's a bad day to talk about the traffic, Innocent, on a Friday when traffic is the toughest. But anyhow, you spoke about Montu being one way from which end? And which Montu? You talking about from Mount Hatman up there, or are you talking about from Sugar Mill?
Right.
Go down to Food Fair.
I think from Sugar Mill, because they say how they call it, Cyanil or something like that. What's the name of it? But in any case, it's from that roundabout, Sugar Mill roundabout, coming in on mornings from 7 to 9, I think, or 6 to 9. It's one way coming from that direction, and on afternoons from 3 to 6, I think it's one way going through towards the Sugar Mill area.
Oh, so in the morning you start Sugar Mill, you bust out Food Fair, and in the evening you start Food Fair and you bust out Sugar Mill.
Yes.
Okay. And what about higher up, like if you go straight on to bust out in Mount Hatman Gap? That is still two-way?
I don't know. I would verify and furnish that information. But one of the concerns that people are having is that even if you have the one way, the main problem they're saying is the vehicles that are constantly parked on the road in that area.
Well, the problem with the vehicles parked is when you have two-way traffic and the vehicles are parked. But if you have one way and the vehicles take one side, I don't think that would be much of an issue. I said I don't think. I mean, you often have to see things before you could know really and truly. You have to try to know if it's really going to work. Right. But if vehicles are parked on one side and you're moving on one side, there is no hold up. You're moving. It's just as if you had two stream of vehicles. Okay. One just park up and one moving. So while the easier thing to do maybe is to remove those vehicles. It is still hard because, like you pointed out, the designers of our roads, I normally call it donkey cart roads.
Yeah.
Right, that's what we have. Estate roads, and the estate people wanted to get to their products. Right? That's what the roads were built for, and nothing more. But now that we expand differently, now that the economy is a different kind of economy, you find that the road is not suited to our economy. And I must congratulate the government on their efforts to widen the roads in some areas. And in certain areas, again, it's difficult to widen it because people be right on the road. In fact, people build in the road sometimes.
Yeah.
So that is one of our issues. But innocent, I think two things can be done with traffic. One, work hours can be staggered. Everybody don't have to go to work for 8 o'clock, right? You can start, some can start 8, some can start 10, some can start 11. So that is one. And I mean, it's a bold step to do that. When the Prime Minister announced bi-monthly pay for public workers, that was a hot issue. Some people say you can't work. Very happy that people have been in a long time. So if we start our work hours, people are going to complain, but I think eventually people are going to get happy. And two, public transport innocent.
Yeah.
We have a transportation board. I know they're working hard, but I believe they could work harder. We have to improve our public transport. And the fellas that drive in public transport must go to school to learn how to drive public buses. You know? Because, I mean, you must have a license, yes, and you're driving as if you ever put it to any bus. No, you must learn other things. You must learn.
You know what peeves me with that? The same drivers that drive criminally hard on the road when they're driving us, they get a hire with the tourists and they're cruising.
Well, they don't make their money already. Maybe the target was $300, $600 for the day. The tourist cruise is already that, so then they don't worry. But in the hustle in the morning to get passengers and to pass in front of another, you know, we then have to have a different mentality that you're providing a service, take your time, pick up people. If it's 5 you get, then you take your 5 in peace. And next time you might fall and you might get 20.
Yeah.
But we had to go to school. I mean, I don't mean school for the whole day, but at least they have to be educated as to how to deal with that precious cargo that you call people.
Yeah.
And how to drive as if, you know, you want people to arrive alive all the time, etc. So we have to improve public transport.
Okay, thank you very much.
The thing is that, okay, on a Sunday I want to make a lime in Grenada, and I want to leave St. David's to go Grenada on a Sunday, and it's difficult. So therefore, my next resort is to have a car of my own. And then you say one car per family, but then 7 of us want to go in 7 different directions. So you might just have 15 cars in the yard.
Have you ever been to a function, you go inside and there are 5 people, but there are 10 cars packed up in the yard?
It does look like that in Shooting Innocent sometimes. Many times it look as if you have more vehicles than people.
Yeah.
You know? But and again, like I said, if public transport is working, like for example, I remember a time Wagiti had something down in Prickly Bay, and he had shuttle operating. You know, sometimes we need that because, I mean, sometimes you go in certain establishment and you can't get back.
Yeah.
And there's no shuttle to the place. So what do you do? It isn't so difficult, man. It's not rocket science. We could solve the problem if we want to solve the problem.
I think so. I think the right minds just have to come together and make a bold decision that, you know, after total assessment and consultations and so forth, I think the right decisions could be made because the solutions are there.
In the beginning, it might be of inconvenience, but when you get into the vibes, when you get into the beat, you'll wonder what was happening before.
Change is the hardest thing to accept, yet it's still the most consistent thing. Change.
Yes,
everything
that's
changes.
True.
Have a good day, bro.
You too, sir.
Have a good one. Let's take this WhatsApp call before we head on to a commercial break. Good morning, caller. Thanks for your patience.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Sir, just a brief comment on the cruising for the tourists and the driving us rough. It's a house slave mentality. They can't respect their own people, but they have to pretend for the tourist dollar. Basically, that's what it is. Can I just make my substantial point? So I need to share this with you, sir, because of what's going on in the region. You know, not too long ago, I saw this post on YouTube posted by a lady called Claire Dubois. She have this channel called JesusLove.com. And she said Jesus told her that in 2015, June 2015, a missile was been sent to America by a powerful nation. And the Lord decided, the Lord sent his angels and destroyed it and threw it in the sea. But he said what? The reason why he did that, the Russian people and the Australian people were praying and fasting. They heard of it. Russian people don't want any war anymore, so they pray and fast. Mr. Innocent, I said the peace of the region is in the hands of the Christians, in our hands. I said it before. If people fast and pray and go to God on their knees, these vessels and whatever war equipment in the region will just pack up and leave. The God will send his angels and take them away. God told the Israelites, if the people who are called by my name, the voice are not going to stay longer than that. Yes. He did not give the Israelites mandate to fight war. He tell them what to do, repent, turn to him, and he'll do the battle. Mr. Innocent, the Bible is replete with examples of stories where God intervened for his people, even sent angels to fight war for them. This war don't have to take place, Mr. We could keep our region peaceful. All we have to do, the pastors, the bishops, the priests, call out your people. If they leaders don't want to do, the political leaders, the religious leaders, supposed to guide the conscience of the people. Call out your people, let them pray and fast. This war don't have to take place in the region. It's on us, sir. Okay. Thank you for giving the time.
You're most welcome. Have a great weekend. Folks, it's 9 minutes away from 8 o'clock. We take a final commercial break in the segment, and we come back and do the wrap.
Jesus in your Christmas, put Jesus in your Christmas, put Jesus in your Christmas this year. He came down here to save us from wickedness and chaos. Put Jesus in your Christmas this year. Put Jesus in your Christmas, put Jesus in your Christmas, put Jesus in your Christmas this year. He came down here to save us from wickedness and chaos. Put Jesus in your Christmas this year.
My name is Kamona Francis. I am a student of the St. Martin de Porres Catholic School. I think that my school will win this competition because we are the best of the best and we are coming with the flame.
I am Siobhan Mitchell, representing the St. Martin de Porres Catholic School. We are extremely thrilled to be part of this competition because we believe that this competition is exposing our children's talents, their attitudes, and to self-motivate them for future-wise. I encourage the community as a whole to come out and support our young, talented singers, especially the students of the St. Martin de Porres Catholic School.
We are the St. Martin de Porres Catholic School, and we are coming to win.
Grenada, get ready! GBN and the Ministry of Education presents Christmas Harmony 1.0, the inaugural primary school choir singing competition, December 5th, 1 p.m. The Grenada Trade Center. 15 schools, magical voices, and fierce competition. Cheer for your favorites in categories like overall champion, most creative, best solo, and best group. Entrance, adults $10, children $5. Don't miss the holiday magic. Christmas Harmonies 1.0, where Grenada's brightest and youngest voices shine. Be there.
Get ready, Grenada. The Grenadian General Insurance Half Marathon and 10K Road Race is on. Sunday, November 16th. The Half Marathon kicks off at Corinth Junction, St. David's, and the 10K from Wyman's House, Woodlands, with both culminating at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Monetary prizes await the top 10 finishers in the Half Marathon and the top 5 in the 10K, the oldest finisher, and even the school, club, or organization with the most participants. Transportation will be provided. The 10K race is open to all under 15 years. Join us as Grenadian General Insurance celebrates 35 years, protecting what matters and powering our champions.
Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinic. This is exciting news for all car lovers and car owners. Get ready for Grenada Autofest 2026, a car show with a difference from antique and classic to modern innovations. Saturday, March 14th at the Roy St. John playing field in Tantine. Car owners, this is your chance to show off. Get that machine ready. Get that ride in mint condition. It's full throttle face-off between old school rides, the hot rod, and the supercharged modern customized rides. This is a family affair. Bring the kids, bring the crew, bring the whole yard. It's the Grenada Autofest 2026 on Saturday, March 14th. Get ready.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners. It's 5 minutes away from 8 o'clock. Let me just take this comment here. Good morning, Innocent. I think the pedestrian crossings that are placed on or close to the roundabout creates a problem, especially the one in Sugar Mill roundabout and the Botanical Gardens. There, pedestrians have no consideration for drivers. They take their precious time and walk across. Some on their phones, just walking slow. Yeah, as Paul Douglas said, they're saying bounce me now. All right, let's go back to the telephone line and say good morning.
Yes, good morning. I call back. This thing with the parking on the side of the road as well. There is places in Grenada where they having that problem. Why can't the Ministry of Works or the traffic department, there's a lot of people in the area that have barren lands that they're not doing anything with. So if within the area they said, okay, we make an area, we go and ask them to lease us the land to make proper parking. So vehicles properly fenced around with security and everything. You could have a two-tier system. People who would like to leave their vehicles because of cost, it's in the rain and the sun. And there is some that have garages that so you charge an extra price for that. So you have a place where you could park a vehicle, where it's properly fenced around, and it has security there. There is rules and regulations there because you don't want people going and do mechanic in there and do all kind of things. If you have, you go to a garage. But there is a place where you can park your car at a small fee. I believe all that will solve the problem because in the areas we're talking about, there's a lot of lands that are not in use. If I have a piece of land and I'm not using it and I know they could rent it from me and I collect something every month, I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
That could be an idea.
Okay, thank you. And in addition to that, and as much as I like that suggestion, private individuals can get into that business as well. Car parks. I mean, there are so many vehicles on the nation's roads, and we constantly hearing issue with parking and so forth. Private individuals can invest in parking lots. Good morning, caller.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to the program. Yes, welcome.
Yeah. Well, the previous caller, right? 100% I agree with him. Each household should have one car. You understand? Because when you have more than one car, you create a problem. You understand? Why you have to buy a Ferrari when you have no place to park it? Eh?
Okay.
Yeah. You have a car, you have to have somewhere to park it. When you park outside the road, what do you think happens? You create problem for the traffic department and even for other users of the road.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyhow, have a nice day. God bless you. And
you too.
I wish everything could just go fine.
Okay, God bless you too, Papi. Have a good one. Good morning, Scooby and the guys by the container. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Hi, welcome to the program.
Yeah, man, it's not that I wanted to speak on, but as you direct the show, I'll go along according to that. There are a number of things that could be done with the traffic. One of them is that the government has a bilateral arrangement with people like the Chinese. While I am not in favor with the Chinese as in the Chinese foreign policy on human rights business, but they could get the Chinese probably to build some highways from Sotes probably to Grenville, or from Grenville straight to St. George's on the Granans area. So you could bypass certain areas and you don't have to go in certain areas. If you have to leave Granans to go up to Guave and this particular place, we could have highways, if you look at it, that will bypass St. George's.
Right. I like that idea.
So it is a government to government relationship, that looking at the area is not just that the public just giving a comment, and this is where I think that on such a program you allow a government personnel to be there and probably taking notes of what the public is saying, or the Ministry of Works and Infrastructure should have a suggestion box somewhere where people could go and put their suggestion in, or call in and tell them certain things, because the government personnel doesn't know it all.
Okay.
Secondly, where the traffic is concerned, there is something that we don't look at. Under the past administration, and if we investigate it, it might have corruptible deal. The SL trucks, and SL means special license. These vehicles.
Yep.
Do we must have these vehicles to transport materials? It was said, and I'm saying it is alleged, that a past politician was responsible for helping these people to come, helping these type of vehicles to come down here. I do not know how true that is. They were given special license. Maybe they didn't have to pay all the same amount of license, but it was in the arms of looking for money, and they will control the traffic business. Is it working on behalf of Grenada to have these big set of trucks? You just do some work on the road, mashing up the area. I think that somehow they have to look into that particular area and see what could be done with these trucks, and none of these trucks should be allowed to come in our country anymore. Okay. Thirdly, as I want to close just now, the bus drivers on the road who will cause an accident to take place because of 250, cut in and cut out. Every bus driver should be gone back to learn defensive driving. Once you are getting a license for a bus, you ought to learn defensive driving. Bring you in school and teach you defensive driving. Otherwise, there will be no bus license given to you to drive on the native road. And I would have liked to see, people talking about we need a PTS here, a public transport. Public transport is not easily come if it is not properly thought about and properly get into. What I would like to see, though, is that hotel workers who coming from places like Sotes and Guave, the people who hire in them should have transportation that drops them to their destination, especially if they have to go home 2 o'clock in the morning and don't leave them stranded in town. That should be part of the bargain when you get in hotel license in our country. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your contributions. All right, good morning, Hercules. How are you doing, my brother? Hope you're fine. Chanel as well, everybody. Hope everybody is fine. Folks, this is where we've got to wrap it up for this morning. We've exhausted our time, and I do like to take the opportunity and say thank you for your contribution as always. And if the good Lord spare our lives, we'll have another conversation come on Monday. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.